What is going on, everybody? Haven't played in a while. Got a few missions in this past week here and there, just kind of random, just quick play drop-ins. We had a new major order, which again, those stupid tin cans, but it was completed. Got my 35, no, I got 55 medals for another one that just completed. This is a different one that ends in 3 hours for Marfark. Motherfucker. Yeah, the bots have been front and center in terms of social media and online. Brutal. Again, playing on from level 4 up to 5, 6, 7, 8. There, I thought that the bots would be a fun challenge, and they were. But I gotta tell you, the introduction of those gunships, holy balls, those are insane. I actually prefer the fabricator machines, the AT-ATs from Star Wars. I prefer fighting those guys than the gunships. Still haven't found a great way to neutralize the gunships. I'm sure it's just a stratagem or like a loadout thing I have to play around with. It's been rough. I've tried, again, even when I throw on orbital laser on those things, it never seems to hit them, only because with the gunships, there's usually ground troops that the laser tends to target first. I'm pretty sure the quasar cannon could probably take them out, but they move so quick and they're hovering. The shot has to be timed just right for this thing to hit and to take out those gunships. I've only been able to destroy the, gunship factories once during a mission with a group of other divers. That worked out pretty good as a team with the hell bomb that we had to call down, but it was rough. Those things have been brutal. I've been playing those here and there, especially when it comes to the bots, trying to pitch in with the major order. It has been a harder go as far as trying to be helpful when you, drop in with a squad and not be a liability. But when you start playing on, anything from 4 and up, it seems, those gunships are rough. And then, just in general, the bots have always been harder. Difficulty, again, from Terminid to the automatons is night and day as far as how far it jumps up in difficulty. It's pretty rough. Can't really, again, it's been good for challenging and for adding another layer to the game, though, I will say. So it's not all bad. However, I did want to make a video because I finally... So, the Democratic Detonation War Bond. I got what I wanted from here. I'm not going to unlock this because I've seen another video on it, and it's not something I want to get. I did get the grenade pistol, which is decent. Again, I probably won't use it that often. The eruptor is pretty dope. This is kind of like an autocannon light. The rate of fire, not the best. But for power comparison, if you want a primary that has the power of an autocannon, the eruptor is a pretty good bet. Along with the JAR 5, which is in the Steeled Veterans, right? Is that in... Yeah, this one here, the Dominator. Pretty close. The difference is, I feel like with the Eruptor, it is a little bit more accurate. And it seems to just blow through the bots pretty good, except for Hulks, obviously. Although with the Hulks, I kind of figured out, you got to go for the legs on those guys to stop them in their tracks. Or shoot out the arms. It's hard to get around them because, they attack you so quickly. So I've been kind of, working on like taking out their legs or, rail cannon strike if you got it. Orbital laser, although you don't want to use those just for a stupid Hulk. But, there's been some differences that we've had to kind of adapt to with the bots, which has been good. However, I did make it to the last page of the regular base war bond. And I finally got enough for the PLAS-1 Scorcher. Now, I mentioned in a video a while back, I picked this thing up one time during a mission in bot territory. The guy had dropped it because he basically bailed on the mission. I picked it up, started using it against the bots, and was surprised at how good it was. The only issue I had with it was the capacity. But aside from that, it was pretty effective at stopping the bots because it's a mix of light armor penetrating plus the explosive, which is good. It was pretty accurate. You know, recoil is super low, as you can see here. So I did want to get this just to have it. It is also the last weapon in the base war bond, so it feels like, you know, want to complete the set and get it. So I'm going to unlock it right now and run a quick mission with it to kind of test it out. Again, this is not a new weapon. You guys have probably seen videos on, you know, testing different weapons and all that, and that's great. This is just me just fucking around with something that's new. So I did want to run just a quick low-level mission to kind of put it through its paces against the bots. We'll go with the Matar Bay. I'm going to say it's Mater, unsure. We'll drop this down to an easy just for sake of testing here. These are always good, the illegal broadcast missions. But yeah, again, I haven't had a ton of time to play as much as I'd want to. However, you know, whenever I can't squeeze in 20, 30 minutes, you know, I've been still diving into missions whenever I can. Usually quick play, which has been pretty fun. Quick play has been able to give me some fun times with randos that are actually been working out pretty good. I will say that when you get to the higher difficulty levels, when you drop in with randoms, they all seem to work towards the same goal. They're not out there trying to, you know, buddy fuck each other, which, you know, at the lower levels, you have these kids who are hopping on and just kind of dicking around, and that's fine, you know, and, you know, have fun. But I will say that they're, you know, we get past like difficulty level 4, you know, challenging higher up, you know, most divers are working towards a common goal, which is, again, to, you know, complete the mission, extract, get samples, especially when you get to suicide level. Your level 7, then impossible level 8. I've been unable to complete a whole impossible operation. I've knocked out 2 missions here and there on quick play just to get a feel for how impossible is. It's hard. It is rough. I don't know if I'll play impossible with the bots often. I did it a couple times and it was just a buzzsaw. Definitely, I think it'll be easier to do that with the Terminids whenever I feel like signing up for that punishment. But all in due time. So yeah, this, I forgot to switch the gun. This is completely wasted because I'm an idiot. I'm gonna have to bail on this mission. Got caught up in all the hoopla, and then I totally forgot to equip the fucking gun, of course. Let's try this again. I hate doing that, but oh man, that was bad. All right, let's do this properly this time. We're gonna equip the PLAS-1 Scorcher. Okay, let's do this the right way. All right, we're gonna drop here. That's fine. Okay, equipment, primary. There we go. PLAS-1 Scorcher. So it's energy based, as you can see here. It shows up in this category. But, you know, it's interesting characteristics. Like I said, when I used it, I really liked it. I can't complain. I thought it was a pretty solid piece of weaponry, especially against the bots, which is what I liked. I don't think I need the AMR. I'm not going to call that down. You know what? I've been messing around with the 380 barrage. I know I was talking shit about it before, but with the upgrades to the destroyer, the additional like salvo, you know, reduction of like shrapnel and stuff like that, it's pretty effective against the bots, man. Especially when you're trying to take like their like bigger bases out on higher levels from afar. It can be a game changer. Like, I've been able to throw down the 380 barrage against those stupid radar the stratagem jammers, and it destroys it because it gets just close enough to where it's able to hit. And again, it's a crapshoot. But it's dropping barrages for like 20-something minutes, and that's pretty good. And, you know, from what I've seen, it's able to take them out pretty handily. But, you know, even if you're, you know, I mean, here, we'll kind of demonstrate it on one of these here. See, there's a bot factory or something or other over here. And this is how the sight looks on the PLAS-1 Scorcher. Pretty cool. But movement is good. As you can see here, even with this, you know, there's not a lot of lag. You know, the circle and the reticle in the middle is useful for like you lining up your shot, and there's almost no delay in lag, which is a sign that it's a pretty pretty accurate weapon. So here, I'm going to throw down this thing just for shits and giggles because it's excellent to watch it go down. I get why people like the servo assisted throwing kit for some armors, which is pretty useful. But yeah, that may not be close enough to that thing. I actually am kind of in the way of this. Oh, that got pretty close. There goes the bot drop. That's fine. So, you know, as you can see, it has a pretty wide range. It may or may not be hitting anything at all, which is... Oh, see, there you go. It took 20... Let's see if it takes out the... Still got 6 seconds of this. Does it take out any of them? Oh, look at that. Got 4 on one hit. Not bad. Now, again, the good thing about the orbital barrage, it has a cooldown, you know, 3 minutes. However, it is unlimited uses. So, you know, that's helpful. I think that's pretty good to have that. Let's test out this PLAS-1 Scorcher. Let's see. This one shot there. On these low-level guys, one hit, look. One hit. Even the breaker sometimes you need 2. 1. Can't fuck with that. That's pretty good. 1. Not bad, right? Pretty decent. You know, the breaker, again, I still love my breaker. That's my bread and butter. I've used the breaker for the bulk of my missions all the way up to, you know, impossible level missions. The breaker is still very, very useful. But, you know, different enemies call for different loadouts and weapons, and there's nothing wrong with trying new things, you know what I mean? So I kind of dig that this was in the last page of the base war bond for a reason. Makes sense, you know, I get it. It's a pretty powerful weapon. I'd like to see it against the bugs. I'm pretty sure it's effective there as well. But yeah, we'll see. You know, this might earn a rotation. I mean, a spot in the rotation for good. We'll have to see what happens. The breaker still, for me, is still just an amazing piece of weaponry. I love the breaker. It loves me. I love it. And just the base breaker. You know, the other breakers have their purposes. They have the incendiary breaker, the spray and pray breaker. They all have their place, you know, depending on if, you know, what kind of role you're playing in a team. So, you know, just experiment, see what you like. For me, the base breaker has still been just top notch. I see very little wrong with it besides, again, the low ammo count, which, you know, you deal with. Not the worst thing in the world, but pretty useful either way, I think, to run with the breaker against almost every mission type and both races so far. You know, bots and the bugs. Yeah, these are just, again, pretty basic run here. I just wanted to kind of test this thing out because, again, I used it twice, and the 2 times I used it, was pretty impressed with it, and like I said, mostly against bot missions was when I was giving it a go. So it again, it's got its uses. See if we can one hit this guy again. Yep, one hit, straight to the breadbasket, and he's down. Like I said, that's pretty solid. Again, haven't reloaded yet. We'll see here. I don't recall how fast the reload is. We'll find out in a second here. It's one of those bigger guys, AMC. Alright, against the bigger guys, not as effective, right? So we'll see. Let me get some more hits on him, though. Okay. You can get one-hitted. One shot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So against these, I forget what these dicks are called. Okay. It's still, you know, not bad overall. Like I said, it took about the same amount of shots with a breaker, I'd have to say, for those big guys, unless you hit them square in the face. Which is, again, you want to aim for the red face. If you have the AMR, that's what you want to do. But, you know, when you're running and gunning, you can't always squeeze off a precise shot with any of the weapons, unless you're, playing the backfield and, you're sitting back with the sniper or something like that. Then, yeah, for sure, do your thing. But for the most part, fast reload. Pretty fast reload. I dig it. Let's get this thing up. Ooh, more guys. That's fine. I'd like more chances to test this out. Okay. Alright, these freaking guys. Kind of sets them on fire. Well, he's down. No, not them. Same guy. Alright. Come on. So you try and aim for the face, but that works too. For most of the bots, it seems like if you're able to tear off the leg or the limb, they kind of just stop in their tracks, which is awesome. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, PLAS-1 Scorcher. And again, this was in the base weaponry from the base war bond, so it's been around. You just gotta, grind to get there with the medals. But aside from that, I think a worthy grind. It's can't really complain about it. It's been yeah, let's drop the barrage here. Now that some of the fog has lifted, should be able to get pretty far with this. Where does that land? Close enough. I will stand clear. And drop. So I have this thing fully upgraded. Look, 32 seconds of barrage once you fully upgrade. Well, not fully upgrade. I'm still missing. No, I think did I fully upgrade? I think I did. I might be missing one or two. No, I won maybe for the orbital bay upgrade. But this is pretty consistent hits right here and from afar. Again, you wish they were more targeted, but that's okay. Like, this is causing chaos from afar, high damage. And again, yeah, I talked my shit about this. I'm not going to front. I did. I still feel that it could be better. It could be a little bit better. And again, it is a liability in a group. Again, I'm playing alone here, so not that big of a deal. But I totally get if you were playing with a group of three more, that you'd be potentially a liability. Ooh, lights out pretty quick. This would make you a liability, I think, dropping that down if you're not communicating. What I found is, not that you want to go rogue, but if you're able to stay ahead and kind of take out some of the outposts while some of the other teammates are working on, side objectives or main objectives, once they see you throw down the orbital barrage, they kind of know to stay clear, which is good. They're like, all right, let me just stand back here. Unless they're like a lower level tier player who's like a level, like under 20, and they haven't seen the orbital barrage too often. They may not know what you're doing when you start to throw it down, which happens. But, this is why it's, you can easily just, pull up and type in the chat, dropping barrage. Or watch your ass. Bombs be dropping. All those, things that we can do in this little chat function we have. Again, it's not the, it's because, again, the other thing too, a lot of people don't pay attention to the chat. I have noticed that playing with groups, they don't check the chat log until the mission's over. Which is, again, for me, it's pretty easy to pop it up here, but I don't know, people are playing on, smaller screens or bigger screens, or like if they're like PS players and they just can't see it on the bottom. I haven't seen the game on a PlayStation, so I don't know how it looks as far as you know, the resolution and speed, and if it's easier to track it. I have a 34-inch curved monitor with my gaming rig that I play on. When I sit just far enough to see the entire thing without needing anything additional, or like, you know, to get further away from the desk. So I'm happy with a 34-inch for this game. I think it's perfect to see everything. But I'd like to see this on a 65-inch or a 70-inch television also, to see how the resolution and the frames hold up. Let's see. Requisition slips. Did I collect them? Unsure. I'm going to reload here because there's ammo. So yeah, you do blow through the PLAS-1 ammunition fairly quick. So that is one potential downside, but not a terrible one. I think, you know, all in all, it's still an awesome piece of machinery. I'm going to drop this down on this again because I just like seeing it. Try to get a little bit closer this time. And chuck. It does have a... It has a radius that it stays in. It's just... There we go. Let's see. That should clear out pretty much all of it. I hope. Oh, there we go. Hit. See if we... Yeah, that's alright. Call down your bot. Your reinforcement. Just really cool. It's great when you're able to drop two at the same time if someone else is also running the orbital barrage. The 180, I think it's the 110 or the 180 barrage is also pretty powerful. It's just a smaller radius and for less time, I believe. But that one, pretty solid also. I can't complain. I've seen that one in action a few times. That should hit pretty square. Took out 7. That's fine. Again, one hit on these little guys. Little guys. One hit on the. I'm not good with the names of the enemies. I just call them all bots, circuit fuckers, as I like to call them. Tin cans, Radio Shacks. Take your pick. Who the fuck is over? Oh, who are you chucking? Grenades. One. Oh, okay. That was not a... No, I guess I... Oh, jeez, okay. Still, pretty effective. Again, will it take out a Hulk? Probably not. I gotta test it. I gotta run this on a higher level. See if it can take the legs off a Hulk. Maybe it can. The range is pretty solid. Those guys are pretty far away, as you can see there. That's pretty good range. Took them all out. Not bad. Not bad at all. I gotta say. It's very nice. I like it. Nope, not good. Nope, not so nice. Really, dog? Yo. There have been a few instances where you come across one or two lonely bots just hanging out that refuse to take damage. It's happened a couple times on the Marfrak or whatever that world was. They wouldn't move. They would just look at you, and they move their head very slowly, but they wouldn't attack. It was one of the most bizarre things that I've seen. It's happened a couple times, and you shoot them, and they don't die. I tried recording the last time it happened, but by that time I got hit by one of the mortar emplacements, and it was I had to run. But it was odd. It's like the low-level bots. They'll just sit there and soak up damage, but they won't react to you. I don't know what that is, or if anyone else has come across that. Very bizarre behavior. Very, very bizarre. Well, there's a lot of you. Yeah, that's alright. Throw it up. Give me more guys to test this with. Guys, as if you're human. Maybe they are. Human parts inside. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Yeah. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I like how it sets it on fire. I see why it's called a Scorcher. So the head always works with those guys. Again, still one shot with the rocket. Not terrible. I gotta tell you, and I'm sure most, you know, if you've been playing this game long enough, you probably know by now. But when you are shooting your weapon, like whichever weapon it is, if it has a clip, you know, most games have taught us to continue to reload over and over again. Keep reloading, keep reloading. This game, you got to be careful, because even if you say you have half of a clip left, like right now I got, you know, I got 4 clips out of a max of 6. If I were to shoot, let's say 5 rounds, I see you go close to halfway down. You know, if I'm moving to a new location, like most games, you reload your clip. The thing you got to be aware of with this game is, and it's a good mechanic to have because it makes sense, if you're ejecting the magazine out of a weapon, the remaining bullets in that magazine are also now null and void. You've now ejected those, and they're gone. This game functions the same way. So, you know, I've come across this before where, you know, I'm playing with a group of guys, or women, sorry, because there are women divers also. And what ends up happening is they just keep, you know, they fire 2-3 shots and eject their clip, and they reload. But those bullets that were in the clip aren't just like stacked on. It's ejecting the entire clip. So all that ammunition is gone. You know, just a little PSA in case, you know, you've like run into this before, but if you're blowing through ammunition, you know, check to make sure you're not reloading too often. As dumb as that sounds, or I guess counterintuitive to our gamer brains, you want to shoot until the clip is, you know, the mag is empty, especially in this game. Use every shot. Again, does it lead to you kind of having that like anxiety that, you know, you maybe don't have enough rounds, or, you know, you don't have a full clip? Fair enough, I get that. But in this game where ammunition is sometimes scarce, especially at the higher levels, you know, you don't always have a chance to find ammo. You definitely want to be careful to blow through ammo by reloading too frequently, which is something that, again, this game just makes you think about every decision that you make, which again is a sign that it's a great game. You know, it is very well balanced and made in an awesomely amazing way. I don't know if all that works, but I said it anyway. Oh, well, that one hit pretty quick. 6 dudes. Let's not get too close, right? Obviously. There we go. But I used every round. There we go. Oh. Tell you, I'm liking this PLAS-1. I'm liking it a lot. You know, I guess you can call it an oldie but a goodie. It's been around since launch, I believe, of the game. I see nothing wrong with this weapon whatsoever. Again, these dudes here, you want to still aim for the face. If, you know, the face wants to cooperate and it gets shot. Fucking shit. Was there another one of these assholes around? There's some one over there. Nope, that's one of those bombs. Alright, anyway. But yeah, this is the... Again, it's good. You know, it's good that there's still... I don't know how long I've been playing the game, but, you know, I'm still finding, you know, new mechanics with weapons and different stratagems to test out. And, you know, again, I feel like there's still just more to come with the game. You know, we're getting, you know, war bonds and things like that. I'm sure that, again, they have, you know, that, you know, the Magician's Hat is pretty deep in terms of other things they want to incorporate. We just, you know, got to be patient. And, you know, we still haven't seen the Illuminate. I know that's been teased now for I don't know how long as to when they're going to show up. I'm assuming they're waiting for the right moment, the right time. That's a hell bomb. You know, there's just a lot to still be excited about with the game. You know, like, and again, they could mess with the mechanics too. They could add in new things. For example, I like to be able, so I'd like to be able to like customize armor, not like the like aesthetics, but you know, maybe I want to change the perk that's on the armor, or maybe again we keep seeing helmets that say no additional bonuses. Maybe we can get helmets that we're able to like add, you know, modify, you know, some type of stratagem that gets attached to it, or you know, a buff for a certain weapon or a buff for a stratagem. You know, those things can all be, you know, make the game just that much more fun and customizable. And I think, you know, those are, you know, there's nothing wrong with innovation. You know, from what I've seen from the last game, from the last Helldivers game to this one, it seems like innovation, you know, is, you know, why this game is so successful. You know, they've been able to add so many new things and mechanics and gameplay styles, you know, that it's, you know, it's what's made it so much fun to play and such a hit, you know. So these are all, you know, good things. I think there's just a lot of possibilities here, and you know, it's very exciting stuff. Let's throw that down to make my life easier. What you doing up here? Nope. Take out the legs, one shot. Yeah. So far, great gun. I'm loving it. I enjoy it a lot. I enjoy it tons. So it's funny, the one stratagem that I have memorized is reinforcements, because playing on the higher levels, you have to call in reinforcements pretty frequently. That's the one that you normally, it's just muscle memory now at this point. Resupply is one that's pretty easy. Eagle Airstrike, that's my baby. That's a quick one to toss out. Then you got like Orbital Barrage. Not too bad. Like this one I can get my you know, I can get used to. Resupply is pretty simple. I think the easiest one is the Orbital Strike, which is like the shrapnel shot, the 3 shots from the destroyer. That's just like 3, I think it's right arrow 3 times, and that's it. It's pretty funny. But that one seems to be pretty. Actually, you know, that Orbital Strike, Orbital Shot or Strike. I'll check it right now on the ship. That's a pretty powerful one. It's not going to destroy any, you know, it's not going to take out like a Hulk or like anything really big, but it'll take out like the bulk of the like medium armor bots and terminids with ease. And the cooldown's not bad either for that one. I used that a couple times. Pretty effective. That's like the shrapnel blast. You gotta be careful with that one too. You know, get some friendly fire on that is common, but not terrible. You know, I'd rather take some, you know, some flak from that than getting caught in an orbital barrage. So, not too bad overall. But yeah, PLAS-1 Scorcher, awesome weapon. You know, I highly recommend if you're that close in the war bond to the last page, I recommend you get it. It is pretty cool. And as you see there, again, this is a level 2 mission. Not hard, right? Like, we're not like facing Hulks. There's no tanks, stupid gunships, you know, the AT-AT walkers. But again, as your primary, it can be useful. I mean, I totally see this gun, you know, doing some major damage against the bots. So definitely keep it in mind. I would highly recommend trying to get to, like I said, base war bond. You know, Helldivers Mobilize, page 10, right there, PLAS-1 Scorcher. Nice weapon. And let me just confirm the name of what I'm talking about here on the orbital stuff. This is the Airburst Strike. This is the one. This thing is pretty powerful, I gotta say. Yeah, again, not effective against heavy armor. Very true. I tried calling this down on a Hulk. Chargers, it won't do shit. However, everything below that, it will kill. It fires 3 shots And again, the cooldown 120. But you know, outside of the Gatling barrage, you know, 120 is not terrible. You know, talking about 2-minute cooldown time, that's not horrible. Rail cannon strike, I wish was quicker, because this is awesome for taking out the heavies. You know, you can still one shot a Bio Titan if it hits it at the right point, but it'll one shot these stupid Hulks and stuff like that. Tanks is able to one shot also. The AT-ATs are tricky, or the fabricator machines. Those, I took down 2 of them so far in missions with a squad. It took 1 orbital laser, a rail cannon strike, and then 1 dude dropping down, I believe, multiple hits from the Quasar to take it down. It's a tough mother, but I'd rather fight that than any of those stupid gunships. Oh my god, those things are brutal. Yeah, if you come across the gunships, man, like, you know how bad it is. It is rough. I don't think I've ever seen, you know, people just getting blown away. Whole squad, all 4 of us wiped out in less than 10 seconds. It just, and again, you can't hide. They're faster than you. You can't really dodge them. They're firing the lasers plus the rocket salvos. Those things are brutal. I don't know who invented those or who came up with that design concept, but oh my god, those things are nightmarish. But anyway, yeah, man. Thanks for joining me on this one. Again, not a super targeted or descriptive video, just, you know, again, more random ramblings and, you know, testing out something that I was finally able to unlock. So again, definitely check out PLAS-1 Scorcher if you're able to get there. Or if you pick it up, you know, while playing a mission, someone drops it, you know, pick it up, give it a shot. I do want to run it against the Terminids. Still got to do that, see how it is against the bugs. My guess is pretty effective, especially for any, you know, non-heavy armored bugs. I'm sure it's pretty effective against all of them. So we'll give that a shot next time. But thanks for joining, guys. Take care.